What's up, ladies and gents? Everyone else, Slappy here with ETM 540 Clubhouse. Back in the shop to work on some more littles. Honestly, these are the things that have been rattling this brain to get done that I've been pushing off to the side for a very long time, which is eventually what that's going to become. So we'll get to it. But there's a lot going on in the next couple months, and I just want to make sure I got all these loose ends tied up before I have to leave for a few days. And then, you know how it goes, or maybe you don't, because it's OCD, ODD, ABCB, a squirrel. So anyways, we're going to get to that. But before that, I actually have a photo shoot today, and I'm not the one taking the pictures. I'm the one who's having the pictures taken of them. I will be the one in the hot seat, not behind the camera. Yeah. So I'm just going to bring you along for a little bit of that. And then I'm probably going to end up jamming out and then going home to do some stuff. And from there, then we'll get back on that tomorrow, because we got a punk show to go to tonight. And, I want to have some time to relax. It's one of those weekends where there's kind of like a lot of things going on, but it's not too much stuff. And then, So anyways, I'm going to probably time lapse a little bit of what's going down with the photo shoot, or maybe get some behind the scenes, and then we'll get to that thing after that. So enjoy. Yeah. All right, that's a wrap. So we're all done with the photo shoot. So that was an old family friend, Amy. She has been a professional photographer the entire time I have known her. She actually photogged my wedding back in the day when I was married. So, but that was super fun. I love just wherever I can help friends, and at the same time, being in front of the camera is totally new to me in a sense of like photo. You know what I mean? And so that was awesome. The series she is doing is called Overcomer. It is about people who have overcome certain traumas within their life. For me, that was alcoholism and drug addiction. And so I just wanted to contribute, but at the same time kind of tell my story a little bit. So there's going to be a show at like a gallery down the road in I think like a month or so. And then she's thinking about making a book out of it. So I thought that'd be pretty cool. So anyways, I am going to take off because I'm all done here and go to a punk show tonight with Rhonda, go see Carry the Nine and some other bands. And then, we'll be back here tomorrow to get on the, where did it go? Oh, it's over there now. I need to put it back to get on the beast. So we'll see you tomorrow, or maybe tonight. I might get some footage. I don't know. See you. And we're back to getting to the project, the actual thing that we meant to do from the get-go. Had a great time last night, though. Kevin, or what's his name, Thomas Nicholas. Kevin from American Pie, freaking great musician, amazing music. Listen to this. That guy seriously knew his stuff. He was actually really into not only just kind of punk and emo in general, but he actually worked with some pretty legit people, which I had no idea about. But he was great stage presence, freaking super nice. Hung out with everybody after the show, which I've been to some shows where actors turn musicians try to tour and they freaking disappear after their set. But he hung out with the crowd and chatted with people all night long. So that was rad. I got to sing a little bit. Always a freaking pleasure when those guys let me get on stage. I freaking love that. But now we're back to the project. We got to get to this because we've been putting this off for a little bit. And it's one of those things, like I said yesterday, just... So we're going to get it done. But let me show you what we got. So this is a Brinkman Gourmet charcoal smoker. One of those old school egg type thingy-boobskis. And what we plan on doing is actually keeping it the same for the most part, but making it look more like a bomb, an atomic bomb, for the sake of our wasteland post-APOC stuff. But we're actually going to do a little Santa Maria style barbecue upgrade. And we are going to build it out like a red oak pit to where you can actually adjust the grill up and down. And also make it collapsible to where it still looks very much like an old smoker and a bomb. So I already cut out all this metal because, let's be honest, no one wants to see that crap. It's freaking boring. It's me on a grinder. So for the most part, we're literally just going to be piecing this together and getting it to a point where it's tight and dialed. It's got an adjustable grill. It's all collapsible. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be freaking interesting. I already have bits and pieces of stuff that, go figure, we had laying around the shop. So yeah, we're going to get that going and see, yeah, what we can do. But it's going to be cool. I'm freaking stoked. But it's cool because it's got this little trap door. And right within here, I figured we could actually put, you know, like pieces of wood and stuff to store down there. So that way you have your grill and then you have your wood. And, I don't know, I didn't want to throw in the trash. I mean, don't judge me. But yeah, let me go ahead and start getting jamming. And as I do things, I'll just kind of fill you guys in. So yeah, time lapsing as usual. But I mean, it's a bit... Oh, and hey, we got Denny back in the shop. He's here to prove that he's not as big of a retard as he actually is. What? It's not offensive if it's true, you know? So, yeah, he's actually working on his razor. We got some upgrades coming for this thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah!
Next 6,555.
There you go. Buyashaka. La. The hell did you do?
Nothing. Oh, actually, I'm gonna put disc brakes in the front while I get pit bike brakes for the rear. I'm gonna wait for that, and then, yeah.
Yeah, no one cares. Anyways, all right, let's get back to this. Alright, I think some of you understand where this is going, but if you don't, then you're a freaking reach. So basically what we did is we took a couple of mounts, welded them onto the inside, don't look at my welds, and had a little space for these just to slip in. I'm not necessarily a fan of how flimsy that is, so I'm probably going to find some way to just kind of make it a little bit more wedged in. And then we welded some bolts on the top of those, so that way we can basically drill some holes. Come on, focus, focus. On the top of this, on each side. And then we have our wing nuts, boom, bam, that we just turn down on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to drill these holes up, get that mounted on, and then from there we can decide how we're going to set up our rod and our cable system and all that good stuff. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, you guys can kind of see where this is going, but there's a little head scratching going on, but nothing big. We just welded in some guides on the grill, so that way when that thing is going up and down, it is not swaying all over the place. And then this just breaks down with some weak nuts, and yeah, we're getting there. There's gonna be some tuning that's gonna have to happen, but for now, that's pretty rad. And yeah, I think I'm gonna call it for today, just because we got some other stuff going on and I'd like to get home to that, but we'll be back in a couple days to hopefully finish her off. We'll see, but that's a good start because that's a lot of the technical stuff. So yeah, let's freaking, sorry, totally lost my mind right there. Let's freaking go. It's time for some other things. Super awkward. Yeah! All right, we're back to it, guys. I actually came here last night with the boys and we did some motorcycle cleanups and whatnot, and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna work on this thing a little bit. And I ended up getting a few things tweaked out and adjusted, and yeah, it's working good now. So I'm pretty stoked. Like, this thing actually has some solid movement to it, whereas before it felt like it was a little stuck. So now we just need to kind of finalize the barbecue part, and I think we're gonna make the rest of it in a second video, just because I have some other ideas that are gonna take a little bit longer, and I don't want to like make this too long because it's pretty simple. That didn't make sense. I don't want to make it too long because it's easy. A freaking idiot. So part 2 in it, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just gonna get to it, time lapse, and then I'll show you guys what we're doing after all is said and done, and we'll just, you know what it, okay, I'm gonna shut up now. God damn, I do this every time. Okay, so like I said, I'm time-lapsing. So I'm gonna piece this together. I'm gonna do it on video, just so that way it's documented, I guess, in a sense. But I don't know, I just thought it'd be fun to show you what my theory is as far as how this thing goes together and kind of walk through all the parts. Because pretty much for the barbecue, all the parts are there and ready. They just need to be pieced together and then fine-tuned a little bit, which I'll do off camera. And then in the next video, we'll do the whole making it look like a, you know what I mean, sucker. I don't know why I did that. That doesn't really fit into that whole thing. Whatever. Anyways, so yeah, let's do that. I'm going to flip this around and we'll, yeah. All right. Hopefully you guys are in there enough to where you can basically see everything. But these arms right here slip into these little pockets that we built. And I did end up putting some little spacers here just to kind of make it a little bit tighter. Yeah, I did. All right, so from there, then we will take our grill. And this still needs to be fine-tuned a little bit because before, when I did my stuff yesterday, it actually fit really well. But it still needs a little bit of an adjustment. But that goes in. That's your grill. That's where your meat goes in. The grill that you see inside is where your fire goes. This top piece that we drilled out goes on the top. Boom, bam. We take our washers and wing nuts. Boomity, bamity. Slimmity, slamity. I just realized a design flaw right now, but we can always figure that out. Those go down, screw those in, and then that's where this piece comes in. Now, my design flaw is that you can't put this piece in until this is in. I should until this is in. Oh, I'm on the wrong side, that's why. Oh no, it's because I haven't fine-tuned that part. Hold, please! Yeah! Jesus! Freaking hell, come on! Alright. Gosh dang it. Okay. And we're back. And that's hot. There we go. So this goes in here, right? And that's your grill razor upper. And this is where the flaw comes in that I just realized. But we can always redesign this part. Yeah, we're gonna have to because we can't just keep doing this every time. Son of a biscuit! That's why we're doing this. All right, hang on. Okay. Hopefully this will avoid any complications getting this through here. And it isn't. Freaking hell. The design flaw is turning out to be a pretty big flaw here. And I think I know of a way that I can fix that. But it's gonna take a little time. Alright, well, our design flaw is really throwing things off, but just for the sake of being able to somewhat get an idea. So this is gonna go here. We'll do it this way. There we go. You got your cable, right? These cables get attached to these little hookers. I mean, you know what I mean. And then we have those attached, and that's your up and down, basically. With this cable, I thought it was gonna be good, but because of the thickness and whatnot, and I really wanted to actually test run it. But I need to get some smaller cable that'll be easier to manipulate, or drill the hole out bigger. Either way, it doesn't matter. So, but that's pretty much the theory. Let's see if we can get this one over here. And with these clips, that allows you to break it down. But basically, with those clips on there, there's your up and down with your rolling or your turning mechanism. And then that will control your drill heat. And then when all is said and done, this is what I need to rethink. Then you can take your cable system out, and that shouldn't be too hard to do. Take out that rod. Take these off. And I may shorten those up because there's no need for you to have to hold those down too much. That comes off. Your grill comes off. These pieces come off. And then when all is said and done, everything. And mind you, not done yet. But for the most part, everything should be able to pack away. Where's my lid? There you are. Everything packs away back to a normal deal. It's definitely not normal. But you get the idea. And this is all random crap that's been... Yeah, so that's the general idea. That's the general design. So now that all that's thought out and kind of in a place where it can somewhat be finalized and whatnot, I'm going to close this out and be done with it, because next step will be to get the other stuff happening and fine tune this on the side. You know what I mean? So yeah, thanks for joining me in another adventure of what the fuck is going on in Brian's head, and see you guys in the next one. I promise we get to some mechanical stuff soon. We'll definitely do that. What? No, you're the one who gave me hassles. I don't get why you're just kind of just